We're given f of x equals 1 over x plus 3, g of x equals negative 2 over x, and we're asked to find the new function f composite g of x and the domain. So let's use our 4 steps. Step 1, find the formula of the f composite g of x. Well, by definition, that's equal to f of g of x, which is f of negative 2 over x, and that is 1 over negative 2 over x plus 3. That's feeding the negative 2 over x through the f function. We're going to simplify this complex fraction by multiplying by the LCD of all the baby fractions over itself, and that's x over negative 2 plus 3x when we simplify it. So that's our formula. Step 2, find the domain of the formula. The only thing that's a problem potentially here is a 0 denominator, so state that the denominator cannot be equal to 0 and solve for x. We got x equals positive 2/3. Step 3, find the domain of the inner function. For f composite g, the inner function is g, the second function. G of x, we're told, is equal to negative 2 over x. The domain there is just that x cannot be equal to 0. Step 4, we are going to take the domain, find the domain of f composite g by taking the domain of the formula intersected with the domain of the inner function. So the formula, we shade everything that is not equal to 2/3. So there's an open circle, or we could have put open parentheses, either way. There's going to be an open circle at 2/3 on the top graph. Everything else will be shaded. And for the inner function, x cannot be equal to 0, so there's an open circle at 0. And everything else is shaded. Yeah, I should have done this before. It looks better with an open circle. So the values that get shaded are only the values that are simultaneously appearing in both sets, because this is an intersection. So there's a hole at 0 and a hole at 2/3. Let's write this in set notation and interval notation. All real numbers x, such that x is not equal to 0, and it's also not equal to 2/3. Or we can write the first interval on the left side as the open interval from negative infinity to 0, and then union that interval together with the next interval, everything from open 0 to 2/3, and then union that together with the last interval, everything from open 2/3 to infinity. That's interval notation.